When carbohydrates especially are pulverized, they become a form that is so simple and so easily digestible, it gets straight into your bloodstream, and now we start spiking blood sugar levels and spiking insulin levels, which leads to a whole host of cellular dysfunction, disease, and chronic illness, which is exactly what we're seeing, especially in America right now, but more and more in all the countries of the world. So, ultra-processed food is food that is no longer recognizable in its original form. You may protest and say, seriously, Dr. Martin, I'm not gonna buy a bag of wheat and turn it into bread. Fair enough, I get it. I'm not really asking you to. By the way, I have done that. I have had a grain grinder at home, and I've bought organic red wheat from the feed mill, and I've turned it into actual home processed flour and turned it into bread. And yeah, I do love to cook bread. It's one of my favorite things. I've been texting today with my 23-year-old son about making bread. I can't wait to try his at Christmas. So you can do that. It's not so unreasonable to think that you could. What you've got to do is you got to start trying to find products where a company is actually solving this problem for you. Examples. You could get steel cut oats instead of those O-shaped adult cereals. Steel cut oats are simply grains of oat that have been cut with a blade. It's a little bit different to prepare, but really not that difficult. It's not that time consuming. If you'll look up overnight oats, go find yourself some steel cut oats. Every grocery store has them. Try making those. They're very delicious and super healthy, very filling for you. There are multiple kinds of keto bread out there. Some of them taste better than others. I'll leave it to you to figure that out. Keto is, we throw that word around. You can see some of my other videos on keto. I'm not trying to tell you to do keto or not do keto. It has a role and a time and a place, but the keto word signals that that food is more likely to have a lower carbohydrate impact. So there's several kinds of keto bread you can try. Every grocery store has high fiber, low carb tortillas, and truthfully, even if you've never had a burrito or a street taco, you can use tortillas for substitute for all kinds of bread, and it works perfectly well. If you've never had a really good peanut butter and no sugar added jelly sandwich on a tortilla, then you just haven't tried the right things. There's all kinds of pasta now made out of chickpeas or garbanzo beans or other kinds of things. So they're using beans and legumes in order to make pasta. And some of them have different kinds of flavors or different kinds of textures, but they're all very, very low in simple carbohydrates, higher in protein and high in fiber, and they taste delicious on your homemade tomato sauce or in Alfredo, or just made into a little bit of a salad mixed with vegetables. There's so many good ways to do this. Really, what I want you to do is I want you to be aware that the marketing labels on food are not very helpful. They're just trying to get you to buy that brand, and they're very misleading, like veggie straws or spinach pasta or things like that. You can't make pasta out of spinach. Sorry to let you know that. So it's very misleading. If you begin going to restaurants, grocery store, places like that, and asking yourself, this food I'm considering buying, does it resemble its natural state in any way? And if it really doesn't, consider not buying it, or consider buying something else. I've also mentioned several products or product types or substitutes in this video, and I would encourage you to just give it a try. If you've never tried, garbanzo bean pasta, you may not like the way it sounds, but you can't tell by the way it sounds how it's really gonna be. And if I'm telling you conclusively that it's better for your health than regular pasta, maybe you could try it and just see what you think. And you might be surprised that you found a new favorite food, and now you can kill it with the mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, because now you can make it with a really good type pasta. So if you need any other help navigating a grocery store or a restaurant, then check out my other videos, consider nutrition coaching, but at least stay curious, keep asking questions, and realize that the food industry is just trying to get you to buy food. It's your job to buy the right food for you. I hope you found this really helpful, and if you did, please subscribe to this page because there's a ton more videos out there.